Hello and welcome back to Storengy UK's third video about its new commercial system. I'm just going to take you through the reporting and administration functionality today. The first point in reporting is the maintenance report. So you can reach that here up at the top of the screen or by clicking on more details here. When we go into the maintenance report, what we can see at the moment is that we have maintenance today, the 27th of July. To give you a better view, let's go back to the 1st of July, and we can see all the test maintenance that I've put on this month. Just be aware this is a test system, so we may have some strange results in these reports. So this one here is a set of maintenance that I cancelled, so it's all set to 0. But just in terms of what does this mean, we tell you the type of maintenance, planned or unplanned, as specified in the contract, the start date, the end date, and the impact to your injection or withdrawal rights, plus the date it was last updated. We go further in by clicking on the number at the end. There is further detail in here in terms of the actual unavailable capacities that are applied in the maintenance. This is primarily for remit reporting, but the information is there if you wish it. In this case it may not be sensible information, but it is there. So that's the maintenance reports. The other reports that we provide are the nominations, transactions and stock reports. So we start with the nominations. This shows the nominations that have been made over the current month. So we're in July. By default it's going to show us from the 1st of July to the 27th of July today. That can be changed at any time, and if you so choose, if you have multiple contracts, you can choose any one or all. So what does this view show us? We have the gas day for the nomination, the contract on which the nomination was placed, the type of capacity that was nominated, so there's firm or ULI. We've got an amount here for the nomination, a source which tells us whether it was one of our users, so here you can see me nominating and it's manual. Here we can see there's been a cutback by the system, so that is attributed to the system there, and a reason given in the cutback column. The time that this was done, a user where necessary, and our reason. So looking at this first one here on the 4th of July, I made a nomination of 7 gigawatt hours, and the system analysed that and cut me back at 12 o'clock. The reason given is the specified nomination was cut back to remain within the flow capacity limits. Now unfortunately this one is actually a bug. Normally you would be cut back on the screen beforehand, but if this ever does occur, the reason will be shown in this way. If I go further down and we look for some other reason codes, here we go. Here's a ULI nomination made on the 13th of July for 86 gigawatt hours injection, made by me again. The system has analysed this, and at 2 o'clock it's taken into account all other nominations, and it has interrupted that nomination to say there's only 37 gigawatt hours available. I've been allocated that, and the reason is given here, that the specified nomination was cut back due to a lack of available ULI capacity. And if we go a little further down, we will get there in the end. There we go. Here we've got an attempt on the 16th of July by me to withdraw about 82 gigawatt hours of gas. The system has taken a look at my gas in store and duly cut me back to 1.6 gigawatt hours, as that's the quantity that I have remaining. And the message for that, again, specified nomination was cut back to remain within the storage capacity limits. So the intent of this screen is to give you more visibility into the cutbacks, the nominations by your users, and who has nominated. It's very simplistic, but the overall intent of this system is not to overcomplicate things. If we can do it in a simple way and it gives you the information you need, we'd prefer to do it that way. So The next report is a transaction report. Again, please bear in mind this is a test system, so some of these numbers may be a little excessive. But what the transaction report gives us at the end of every gas day, calculations are done to try and give you an overview of the costs against your account for each gas day. So taking the 1st of July here as an example, we've got a daily charge generated based upon a unit cost there. We've got an entry capacity charge based upon the unit cost there, although judging by that number there, it's been calculated against the wrong quantity. That should be against the 10 million quantity. We've also got an injection charge, so on that day an injection was made of 341,000 therms at a price of 0.25 pence per therm, and that charge was also applied. There was no ULI injection or withdrawal on that day, so we have a zero cost. And that is repeated for every day within the contract. Try and find something where we've got a ULI cost. This isn't ULI, this is the unbundled capacity, but on this day, on the 5th of July, you can see additional unbundled capacity was purchased. If you're not sure what unbundled capacity is, or ULI, then please watch the second video in the series, because that will explain that to you very briefly, but hopefully it will help. So on this day, I actually purchased 2 lots of unbundled capacity, both in withdrawal. One appears to have been free, that was lucky, and then the second one at 0.7 pence per therm. Again, it's a test system, we do occasionally get these bugs. We promise not to leave them in the live system, however much it may please you. Right, let's see, so we've got various types of capacity charges in here, and then right down at the bottom, up to the current day, you should have a running total for this month, or if you selected another period, a running total for that period. Okay, then the final report that we've got here, this is a stock report. It has been requested by multiple customers over the years, so we thought we'd just put it in the system, make it available to help your back office. So for every gas day in the period that's been selected, it gives you the gas day, the total quantity injected, the total quantity withdrawn, and the stock balance at the end of the day. Nothing fancy, nice and simple, but it is a report we're very familiar with from various companies, so we hope that will help. Under the administration side of things, we have various options and information that we can view. So if we look under customers, I am only one customer, so there is only one customer there. But if I click on the link, what I can see is the information that Storengy UK holds about me on this system. So we have company name, company address, the contact name, the EIC party code, and whether or not participant remit reports are being submitted. If a report is being submitted, it will be being submitted against this EIC code, which is clearly not valid. The next section is the users. Here I'm an organization administrator, you can see here. So the org admin role allows me to create other users within my organization. And here we have Bob, who is one of my users. What I can do is go into Bob here and see what records are held against him. So we have a name, an email address, password, so you can reset a user's password if necessary, and a subscription to email notifications. And you'll see if I ask for him not to receive any notifications and save, the orange line goes away. So the orange line tells you if somebody is receiving the email notifications. It's a very simple interface. If I want to create another user, as long as I'm an organization admin, click on create user, fill in these details and click create. So let's go into the final part of the administration system, the contracts. So as AN company, I only have one contract. As you can see, it's a slightly odd one. We are in a test system. It runs from the 29th of June to the 31st of July. If I wanted to see if I had other contracts, I could expand this range and it will show me any other contracts in that range, but I have created no other contracts for this company. So if I go view the detail of the contract, what can I see? Here, the basic details: start and end date of the contract, total capacity under the contract, the daily charge, and the entry capacity charge. Also the lead time according to the contract and the cut-off time within the day. So when Gemini closes, effectively our system closes. So if we look at the rights under this contract, at the moment we're looking at today's date. So on today's date, I have only the base rights applied to my contract with an injection of 10 gigawatt hours at 0.25 pence per therm variable cost. Withdrawal, again, 10 gigawatt hours at 0.25. And I also have unbundled and ULI capacity available for purchase on my contract. If I expand the view by a couple of weeks, hopefully we'll see a lot more. So obviously this has been a test account. Various rights have been applied, and what we can see here is that we had on the 17th of July we had some unbundled capacity applied. We had 50 gigawatt hours in withdrawal. On the 13th of July we had some ULI capacity applied, although it would appear we had rather a lot. I'm guessing that one is a bug, so I'll report that shortly. But the whole idea here is to allow you to track what rights have been applied to your account so that you can see easily what your capabilities were on different days. And then finally we have the curves screen, which there is nothing in. This is functionality that we've built in but do not currently use. And this just allows a restriction of injection or deliverability, withdrawal, based upon the stock level on the site for each customer. However, at the moment Storengy UK does not sell products of this type. We sell flat products at 30/30, so this is not currently used. And that's it. That's the reporting and the administration screens that we have. Please feel free to send us any feedback to commercial@storengy.co.uk. That's everything from me. Until we decide to make yet another video, I shall leave you to it. Bye.